I'm Tami McCarthy.
And I'm Becki Fleischer.
We're two soul sisters on the front lines of growth and transformation, getting real about it all.
You know, sometimes we're totally in our woo-woo groove, walking on light.
Yep. And other times, we lose our footing and end up tripping over those very same rays of sunshine.
That's woo-woo in the real world.
On this show, we're giving you an inside look at all the healing practices and mindfulness that we use and how we integrate them into our lives.
Yep, we're talking to interesting people who can help us along the way as we look at some of the woo and wild things that make us go,
We hope that you'll join us, living woo-woo in the real world.
Take a moment to honor your breath. It is your life. I always tell people every moment, every event, every drama, every grief, every joy, up and down, side to side in your life, your breath is always there. It's always supporting you. It's always trusting what you're coupling it with in your experiences. That's a lot of love. So let's just take a moment to respect that love by just filling our whole bodies up with this breath, letting it know that we trust where it's taking us, trust the connection, and also fully trusting ourselves with the life that we're given. So just taking a few more deep breaths in. Just noticing that you're feeling a little more relaxed because the breath is also the one thing that is always present with us. And being present in your life automatically guarantees more relaxation to come when we just are here and now, just trusting what comes and goes, just like the breath, with whatever we choose to do with it. So as we breathe and connect with our life, connect with this present moment, I'm just going to welcome in the 4 directions to allow the elements, again, life to be respected in what we're doing. I find that very important in any work, that as much as there's gratitude, there's permission to be asked from the things that we're utilizing. Giving thanks to the direction of the east, the fire. Thank you for teaching us and reminding us through your spirit of the fire, direction of the east, of discipline, that when we are focused on our light, that we can trust our path with what is being known. Just like a good campfire, we see when we're focused on our passions, when we are kept in the center of our own light, just like you, dear fire, we aim to the highest of heavens, that we inspire and aspire ourselves to reach, just like you do, towards the infinite. Oh. Giving thanks the direction of the south, the earth. Thank you, dear Mother Earth, for letting us know where we always stand, no matter what we go through, that you let us know that we are in our truth, that this is what is meant to be, in what we share, and most of all, in what we connect with and utilize. From your technology, the clothes, the food, the language, the weather, the colors, everything you provide shows your unconditional love, shows your patience and nurturing essence, that however we interact, however we trade, and however we connect with each other, that you just give that to us to experience your magic. And that further even expresses how there's plenty for each individual to dream their wildest dreams. You provide so much for us. So thank you for honoring us with this life, honoring us with these vessels, and for us to keep exploring your magic and create more beauty and kindness for all. May we keep doing so. Aho. Giving thanks to the direction of the west, the waters, dear spirit of the water, dear direction of the west. With your depth, with your playfulness, you show mystery and you allow us to trust the flow of life. And we notice that wherever life grows, there you are, maybe in the dew of a blade of grass, the snow, the moisture from our own breath even, that rivers flow and life surrounds it, and in the ocean that there is almost a seemingly infinite amount of creatures, of walks of life swimming within you, that even in the clouds that you influence plants to grow. And you show us this in many of your phases, that we too must trust the changes in our life, that when we go from one chapter to another, like you do with the snow, with the water, the frost, the rain, may this be a reminder that we just trust the changes happening. May we observe you and connect with that flow and that depth of mystery that we speak of, and to embrace it. And just like you are playful as you are strong and violent, that you allow us to always know to surrender to the changes and the courses in our lives, that it will always nourish us, for you always show that by the life that surrounds you, your spirit of the water, direction of the west. Aho. Giving thanks to the direction of the north, the air, dear direction of the north and the air. You remind us of freedom, that with all the obstacles, the materials, the water, the fire, the earth, that you move freely and you do so as you please, and you do not allow any of these things to change your way of being. May we learn from this, that we could be flexible and we could be creative, and that we could be attentive like you are at those moments of notice, that you just seamlessly move around things, even if you don't plan it, that is your true essence, that you are this freedom that allows everything to just liberate itself. And we see that also in the way we experience you in the physical. No form, but we could feel you. Allowing that abstract feeling, that sentence of the formless being felt in form, be something that encourages us to go into the unknown, to encourage us to feel free to move differently than what we may have, that we can keep inventing and reinventing and rediscovering ourselves in all the directions that we can move. Aho. Putting our left hand over our heart, our right hand over our left. Giving thanks to the center within, the void, as I may call it. Without you, dear spirit of the void, eternity, infinite, there is no direction, there is no elements to be held. So thank you for reminding us that we have all the power in our center to direct ourselves and also harmonize with all the elements that come into our lives, the way fire comes in, the way the earth comes in, the way the water comes in, and the air comes in, not only in the physical sense, but also mental, emotional, spiritual, that we play with these elements and we allow these things to weave. And it is only because of you, dear spirit of eternity, the void, that we can create as much as we are beyond the horizon, as you are, as we are. You remind us of this. How you can put your hands down by your side, open your eyes. Now that we've called in the space for all the elements, the earth, to be recognizing what we're doing here, that they support us here now. So what we have here is cacao. And I'm understanding that both of you, or just Becki, have never experienced a ceremony of cacao?
No, not like this, no.
Okay,
Cacao.
cool.
Yeah.
So cacao, we're really familiar in the sense of it being chocolate, and it is that main ingredient chocolate, so it's not that different. But what makes this significantly different, even though I say it's not that different, is just the amount of sugar and vanilla extract that's put into all these conventional chocolates that makes chocolate what it is. But once we take that out and we actually just focus on a high concentration of just cacao, that's when we get the actual potency and the medicinal benefits, as a lot of spiritualists, a lot of cultures in Mesoamerica and South America have revered this as a staple of their culture, but also a beverage that they drink all the time. And why it's such a beautiful medicine, and what kind of medicine this is, it's known as the ultimate heart opener. Historically, we've found jars of cacao like thousands of years old, so it's been used beyond what we can even comprehend, mixed with other different types of herbs. So cacao being the ultimate heart opener, we could also see this in the biological attributes. So what I mean by that is 1 serving cacao that we're going to have today fulfills all of your magnesium needs, which is really important in the society nowadays. Magnesium, copper, zinc, and iron is the 4 main things that we're missing, but magnesium is something that's really essential because it helps decompress, it helps regulate our nervous system. And we also have something called adenine and theobromine. Theo etymologically meaning food, bromine like Brahma, and Vedic meaning gods. So theobromine literally means food of the gods. Adenine, like the Sanskrit word ananda, meaning blissful, has its blissful quality. So what I mean by that is theobromine is a vasodilator. It opens up our heart on a musculatory level as well as our cardiovascular system. Adenine is a serotonin booster, which means it helps produce serotonin but also opens these receptors for more serotonin to come in. There's a 3rd chemical that I missed in terms of remembering the actual acronym, but it also promotes and supports serotonin productivity. So biologically, you're seeing that right now being described, this open, heartfelt, relaxing energy. But here comes the serotonin, kind of bring this nice, gentle uplifting. So it's this really balancing, centered energy that encompasses your whole body. And I don't want to give you too much of an expectation, but this is just the science of what I'm explaining these chemicals do. This is not a psychedelic. This is not a visionary plan. This is a very heartfelt energy. And if you are a visionary person, maybe the cacao will bring those visions to you. I've heard people say that in cacao ceremonies, they have visions and they go on journeys, but that's just you. That's just your own connection with the cosmos. This is just a very bodily, nurturing energy. And we can see that in the spiritual benefits as well. As I said, it's a heart opener. And even the way the tree grows, it's very deeply rooted. Even in the way the pod is shaped. If you've ever seen cacao, it's a giant, almond-shaped pod, and even the way the gooey texture, it just reminds you of a heart. It reminds you of just this encasing. But even these songs that support the benefits, I'm speaking scientifically, the vibrations of song music really allow the spirit of the cacao to come out and really commune with our hearts. And I always ask people, what is it to live a life with your heart open? Is it different from what it is now? Can we imagine what our wildest dreams are? And how can we live our wildest dreams if we don't have our hearts fully open? And that's not to say, this one got really thick, so you guys can get very thick ones, which means it's going to be really powerful. I'm really happy about that. But it's also to say that, and sometimes in life, I speak for myself as well, that sometimes we close our hearts. Pain, confusion, maybe rest, solitude. What's the other word I'm looking for? But basically reserving ourselves. And when we feel ready and we want to feel that love in our lives and we want to feel like we're leaping into the world, I've forgotten that at times. And cacao definitely has helped me remember that on days, months that I need that reminder. And it shows me how to bring that heart open. And for me, when I drink cacao, I naturally feel like I'm I naturally feel inclined to dance and sing and work out. And these are things that help me keep my heart open. This is what the cacao is teaching me. So, other than that, I would like to just also give thanks to where this cacao has come from. It's come from Guatemala, from a eco-ethically diverse farm, meaning they keep the biodiversity. They're not just monocropping the field. They understand that a bunch of these plants have to support each other. This farm that grows cacao is being delivered and transferred here through a company called Cacao Labs from a dear sister of mine, Florencia Friedman, and she is one of the main teachers and people that have introduced me to cacao in a ceremonial sense. So just giving thanks to her, and also giving thanks to her teachers, Nana Marina, and Tata Pedro, who passed away last year. I had the privilege of meeting them both here in New York and singing for them and watching their documentary about cacao and their land, as well as their village and their people. So I just give reverence to that, because without them, I wouldn't be here to teach and share and educate and have this experience with you guys. So I'm just going to pass around these cups. I'll come over to you. And just give a little bit of eye contact as we pass it, because I think it's a privilege that we get to be here, and I think it's really strange that we have this phrase called alone in a crowded room, right? In villages, when there wasn't Wi-Fi, when there wasn't internet, and you were traveling with your family over these hills and mountains and valleys, which could have taken days or weeks, and to meet another traveler, that's like, it's meant to be, and that's not as I guess exuded or exemplified, because we literally walk past 100 people every day and we barely give eye contact. So when we do have these moments, we're in the same room, I always tell people it's a privilege and an honor to just be around people. Right? Thank you. You can pass to Becki. Get a little eye contact. Thank you. That is very strong. So let's just hold our cups for a moment. And I would like you to put it close to your heart. Allow yourselves to take those full deep breaths, honor your life, and allow that life force to connect with the energy of this cup that has a beautiful beverage. And just set some intentions as I just call in the spirit of the cacao, allowing the cacao to be respected, to feel heard, and also feel welcome to work with us. Kura 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 nalsina kakasito. 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 Matiyose tatsama hataware wata. Rasiyaso tataware. Oh, hey. Cura, 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 medicina, Cura, 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 medicina, Cura, 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 medicina, Riza, Riza, Riza. Shimaka, Shimaka, ha 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 ha. Yeah. Now that we've grounded, we've called in the elements, we've honored and welcomed the spirit of cacao, setting your intentions as we weave those moments. This is a moment for us to share intentions, so we can go into popcorn style. Whoever wants to share first can share. It could be a word, it could be a phrase, anything you'd like to share with the circle that also supports your and others' intentions here.
I just want my heart to show me the way.
You just want your heart to show you the way. Beautiful. Love it. Support that.
Thank you.
Yes.
I just want anything to fall away that doesn't serve me on my path.
Anything to fall away that doesn't serve you on your path.
Yeah.
Love it. Support that. My intention is to continue to be graceful in my surrender as of recent moments and to find strength in my steps as I proceed forward. So, as we set those intentions and we breathe deeply once more into the cup, you can begin to sip your very thick cacao. Cacao also translates to mud water, and this is definitely what it looks like right now. So it's probably one of the strongest concentrations I've made in a while, and you could taste it's very rich. There's a joke we like to say. It's like love. It's a little bitter, it's a little sweet, you know? So it's a lovely drink.
It's a lovely drink.
And even though there's maple syrup, I could definitely taste how rich it is. So take your time. Take each sip. What do you guys taste?
I mean, it definitely has a very earthy taste to it, right?
Very earthy taste indeed.
Interesting. I don't drink coffee, but I'm getting like it has almost like a coffee.
Like a robust type of thing.
Right.
It has a little bit of caffeine, a little bit, and it's not like the same type of caffeine coffee has. So it's not gonna like completely, what's the word, activate like very fast like caffeine does. It's kind of like how chai caffeinates is very slow, but you'll definitely feel the serotonin, the caffeine. As you drink this beverage. And once you're finished, you can put the cup down and we'll go into some breath work as well as go into a sound journey for you guys to sit deeply, and you guys can lay down at any point if you want.
Okay.
Drinking the whole thing.
Take your time, yeah. You can drink the whole thing if you want to. Yeah. It's not gonna hurt.
It would take me a while, right? But
Yeah.
Taking those deep breaths from the bottom of your stomach into your chest, and slowly exhale from top to bottom, like the ocean wave coming from the deepest part of your stomach, rising up, filling you up all with your collarbones. Hold for a moment. and feeling that ocean wave pull down into the coastline, returning to the deepest part of your stomach. This is called Durga breath. It's the bottom to bottom breathing. Proper way to use our diaphragm, proper way to allow the circulation of air and energy to flow completely and fully. At each peak of your inhale, take a moment to pause, hold that breath, feel your heart, and allow that exhale to welcome you a little deeper into your heart space. Feel that empty pocket inside your heart. Feel the surface of your heart every time you retain your breath, and allowing your attention to go even deeper as you exhale and dive in to your heart center. Bottom to top, top to bottom, bottom to top, top to bottom. Putting your left hand over your heart, right hand over your left. Take a moment to feel that warmth radiating into your hands. Feel that breath moving, that energy around your heart. Allow all of that to be held in your hands. Just cherishing this moment of what you're feeling and praying that you can remember this so you can always return to this feeling. Allowing yourselves to go in deeper throughout your life. After the ceremony, that you remember this peaceful moment of surrender and receptivity to open up to your own heart. Deep breath into those words. Holding the breath. And exhale. Letting both those hands stay together, but just allow them to lift off your heart like you're holding a beverage in your hand. Allow that warmth to still be felt in your heart, especially in your hands. As you bring that warmth, that energy of love of your heart up into your face, allow the palms to cover the eyes, your fingers to lace over your crown, and your thumbs to rest on your temples, cleansing your mind, allowing this energy to radiate, feeling those subtle sensations of the heart being served into your hands as it washes away anything in your vision that does not align with your heart. Deep breath into those words as you feel this energy in your mind. Letting this empty space that you may be seeing remind you of your infinite potential, reminding you of this quiet space inside of you that is so intimate between you and only you. Letting those eyes open, you can slowly feel the light of this world, the beauty of this world creeping in, slowly bleeding into your own space. And then slowly allow those hands to separate. Allow them to drop slowly, inviting the light of this world to be met with your own inner world. Giving thanks to the elements, giving thanks to the guardians and the shepherds of this beautiful beverage and spirit of the cacao for being here with us and our intentions with the heart medicine. May we remember our own heart medicine that the cacao, the wisdom of this beautiful being, has helped us connect with. Giving thanks to Nana Marina, Tata Pedro, Francia Friedman for showing me the way and allowing me to share this beautiful beverage with these two beautiful beings in front of me. Aho, Haush Haush, Amin, Om, Ashe. Putting my hands at heart center, bowing to each of you. Being so participatory and attentive and respectful to the space and allowing that reciprocation to be given back to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes. If you want to share your experience and your intentions, it's I find that just as powerful as the ceremony itself, because you don't know, someone might have a key, or someone might show you a door that you haven't seen, or something you may have never considered, or maybe something that you don't want to share, but they may have shared it for you. So this is a moment for you guys to share briefly, if you'd like.
don't know that I have a lot to share. I was just very centering and very calming, and just like it's just very grounding. But at the same time, like expansive feeling, like this expansive opening feeling, just kind of resonated, really. Especially when we moved our hands from our heart to our head and to our eyes, like that felt. It just felt really like.
Yeah.
You felt it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. I really don't have words to describe what that... To me, that was, like, the most moving part of the whole thing, was that part of just kind of, like... It really did. I forget what word you said. Something like, just let it wipe away, or let it...
wash away.
Wash away, yeah. Wash away. And I really did. I felt it. I was kind of like...
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is your first time with Cacao ever, right?
Yeah, it is.
So you'll definitely feel it as it's integrating more. The ceremony is only about an hour, but you'll definitely feel it still open, that expansive feeling that you're mentioning, grounded feeling, hopefully for the rest of your day. And you'll remember that maybe tomorrow, the next day, to keep showing up in those little ways.
The drumming, for some reason, was really powerful for me, and I got a very vivid image during that moment when you were talking about the ancestors, and that I was standing in this forest, and I just saw this light, and this voice was like you're here, and you belong, and you deserve to be here. And I really needed that reminder, because there's just been a lot going on with toxic people, sort of like coming out of the shadows.
The woodworks,
yeah. And eclipse season or whatever, I have no idea. But I've been struggling with that, because it's taken me like by surprise, and some really hurtful things. And, you know, my rational self wants me to understand that, you know, there are people out there that are just meant to kind of throw you off your path, to maybe reinforce or whatever, or reaffirm for myself, like, why I'm here and what I'm supposed to be doing, which sometimes can be difficult. To stay true to that, you know. So that came up and brought tears to my eyes.
When things are very uncertain in your life, as it's been for certain parts of my life, I have learned in those moments that the really important things become very obvious. And sometimes the circumstance may not be favorable or comfortable, but it's exactly what you need to remember and get up, do what you want to do. Yeah. Well, thank you both.
Thank
I really
you so
appreciate
much.
it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I wish we could sit longer.
I know.
But that's it for now.
Gotta get back to the real world.
We'll win the real world. Yeah. See you guys later.
Time to go integrate.
Thank you, everybody.
Because this is a postscript to our cacao ceremony.
Postscript.
Because we finished.
Oh, yeah, now you guys.
What were you telling us?
So my camera just overheated to the point of it saying I needed to take a break, which has never happened before. It's like flaming hot to the touch. And Yuj just told us that's something that happens a lot.
Near him.
Near him, Yuj said that technology has weird reactions to him. So we were all just feeling our camera, and it is blazing hot.
Boiling
So
hot.
very interesting.